Oh my. Well, there's gonna be Game Sevens galore because, well, Philly and Vancouver did it again. And in Philly's case, it was overtime yet again, and it was a wild game. Not exactly your typical game involving the New York Islanders, but the Varley was in a little bit of early trouble. They let two in. They let two in early, and it was just an insane game all around. 4-4 after regulation because the Islanders got the lead. The Islanders got the lead back on two occasions. Each time Philly tied it, so they went to overtime. They actually went to double overtime this time. It was Ivan Provorov who put it in, and I knew once he got to the puck, I thought, oh, he's going to shoot and put it in, and there it was. So Philly forced Game 7, and it was extra special in the case of the Flyers because Oscar Lindblom played his first game since early December when he was diagnosed with cancer. He went through months of chemotherapy, and pretty much every hockey fan, including myself, was just cheering for him to beat this thing. And he's back up, and because he's back up, he got in there. He didn't get a lot of time. He had a couple of hits. He didn't have any points, but he was a good presence on the ice. And because of the efforts of the Flyers, he gets at least one more game, and we'll probably get more time there. But yeah, it's insane, and it gets even crazier because Thatcher Demko became a thing again. Yeah, Vegas has not solved the Thatcher Demko problem yet. 48 shots, none of them went in, and they end up and Vancouver ended up winning 4-0. So they get to live again too. So all the other series will go the max, while Tampa is just sitting and waiting because they finished early. Now, leads to the scheduling controversy. See, here's the thing. Both West Game 7s are scheduled for tomorrow night. Yeah, it's true. And I was hoping Dallas, not that. I was hoping Vegas would uh, take care of it. I was hoping Vegas would take care of it so that way nothing would get in our way here. But they didn't. They couldn't find the net review. They couldn't find the net even if it was economy sized. So because of that, and they announced the times as the game came to an end. Tomorrow night, the double dose of Game Sevens, both West games, both in the Edmonton bubble. Colorado Dallas is first at 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific. So a little over 12 hours, from now. And then it's the other West Game 7. It's Vancouver and Vegas at 9 Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. And yeah, a lot of my fellow Avalanche fans are not happy with this. And it's easy to blame the league for this, but I blame Vegas for their inability to find the net all of a sudden. uh, well, it's a mess. So that's what's in store for tomorrow night. That's what's in store for tomorrow night. Colorado Dallas Game 7, and then Vancouver Vegas Game 7. Philly the Islanders Game 7 is Saturday. It's Saturday night, and that's on NBC. I think that's 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific, and that'll be the final game of the Elite Eight. As for the Final Four, the conference final, I read that the Western Conference final will start. The Western Conference final will start on Sunday night at 8 Eastern on NBC. And then the Eastern Conference final will start that Monday. So it's Sunday night hockey on NBC. Sunday night hockey on NBC. Yeah, so it's that. And of course, regarding the conference finals, from that point on, both conference finals as well as the Stanley Cup final, they will all be in the Edmonton bubble. So Saturday's Game 7 will be the last game in Toronto, one way or the other, regardless of who wins. So that's the madness we have to look forward to. The final centerpiece, the final pieces of the elimination week, because it's been nothing but elimination games since Monday. And the final pieces of this elimination week are 3 Game 7s. Tampa Bay still wait on their opponent. They'll have to wait another night because that Game 7 is Saturday night. That Game 7 is Saturday night. Tomorrow, it's the West Game 7s. Dallas, Colorado at 4 Eastern, 1 Pacific. And Vegas, Vancouver, 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific. And of course, the Canadian Cup drought is at stake. Vancouver can push that back a little bit, can have a chance to end it if they win. Because they'll be if they win, they'll be halfway. They'll be 8 wins away from a Stanley Cup. But if they lose, the cup drought continues because they're the only Canadian team left. Of course, the Avalanche. Of course, Dallas hasn't been to the conference final in 12 years. The Avalanche haven't been to the conference final in 18 years, not since '02. So we're trying to get there for the first time in the McKinnon Landeskog era. And of course, the Islanders are still looking for their first conference final berth since '93. And I think, unless I'm wrong, I think 2010 when Philly made the Cup final, I think that might have been the last time. I think it was. But yeah, so of course the winner of that game faces Tampa. So that's what's in store this weekend. 2 Game 7s tomorrow, the last Game 7 on Saturday night, and the conference finals begins Sunday. It's amazing how NBC Sports is operating. You got Sunday night hockey this Sunday and Sunday night football the Sunday after that. Boom. All right, so that's my recap of tonight's action. I will be back tomorrow to recap the Game 7s, and I hope it comes with the great news that the Avalanche are in the Western Conference Final. So with that, I say until tomorrow, fellow hockey fans, and of course, go Avs, go.